Hey guys, welcome back to another What I've Been Eating video where I show you some things that I've been eating lately. Also, this video is sponsored by Thrive Market, so you will hear more about them later on. Okay, now here's the segment where I show you things that I've tried recently and my reviews of them. First of all, Aldi oat milk. The Aldi knockoff brand Friendly Farms. Focus on the Friendly Farms? Wouldn't that be a cute name for like a vegan company though, right? But it's not. They have non-vegan stuff, which always disappoints me, but like Friendly Farms makes me think it's like vegan, you know? But anyways, this oat milk is really good. It's really creamy. A lot of time you can tell by the fat, the amount of fat that's in the milk. This one has 5 grams of fat. So I feel like usually the ones that are not as creamy, they're more like watery, are like 1 gram of fat or like 2 grams of fat, you know? Anyways, it's really good in coffee. I would give it a, I don't know, I hate numerical ratings. I would just tell you it's good. And also, speaking of Aldi, these mozzarella style sticks. What is it? Mozzarella style sticks. They were on sale at Aldi for super cheap, like $2.49 or something. And it's not a big bag. There's 8 sticks in here. They are pretty good. I wouldn't expect them to be just like real cheese mozzarella sticks, you know, they don't stretch like mozzarella sticks, which I feel like is kind of silly because that's like the whole charm of mozzarella sticks is like the stretching them, you know? If you just take that out of your brain and like think of them as something different, you know, they're pretty good. The cheese just tastes very like standard vegan cheese-y, like it melts but it's not amazing or anything. But it doesn't bother me. Some cheeses, when I have them, I'm like, this is too like sticky or gummy or something. Also, I found this Forager brand cereal at grocery outlet I never even knew existed yet. I'm not one to ever buy grain-free products because I have nothing against grains of any kind, but I was just curious because I know like the low-carb, grain-free kind of cereals are like really popping off right now. And I'm just fascinated because it's made of chickpeas mainly. Chickpeas, cassava flour, navy beans, pea protein. So what does that taste like? I don't know, you know? Is it the Magic Spoon one that is like grain-free, low carb or whatever, but it's made of like milk protein? So I was always interested in like what the plant-based version of that would be. I wouldn't necessarily buy this for myself because I would just buy, you know, grain cereal, but at the same time it's kind of cool to have like a protein cereal. Actually, it still has 20 grams of carbs, so it's still like got a good amount of carbs, so that's good. I mean, because I wouldn't really want something that was like actually low carb. Anyways, let's try it. I'm quite curious. And I can try it with my Aldi oat milk. Oh, it smells delicious. It is cinnamon flavored. Very crunchy, very sturdy cereal. And it's not sweet at all. At least that bite that I had. So, we'll see. Very crunchy. Honestly, I do like it. It's just not sweet at all in my opinion. The cinnamon flavor is there. It's quite nice, you know? I mean, it still tastes like cereal. Just very crunchy and not sweet. Like, I probably wouldn't pay full price for it, but I would buy it if it's on sale and like mix it in with other cereal maybe. There is sugar in it, but for some reason, it tastes like it's like sweetened with stevia or something. Like it tastes like it has some special sweetener in it, but it's just sweetened with sugar. But before we get on with the rest of the video, I want to take a quick minute to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Thrive Market. By now, most of you guys probably know what Thrive Market is because they've sponsored so many of my videos. But if you didn't know, they are an online membership-based grocery store that sells a variety of items from food to home, beauty, hygiene, pets, kids. So let's take a look at what's in this order of mine. They're always packaged very nicely, but at the same time using recyclable and recycled packaging, which I love. First thing I got is some compostable parchment paper. I like to use parchment paper a lot for the air fryer. And speaking of the same brand, I also got some cleaning gloves. I like to use gloves for washing dishes because my hands are very dry and like get cracked and stuff from like washing dishes with really hot water. But the gloves that I have right now got like a tiny hole in them, which is so annoying because it's just a tiny hole, but it like ruins the whole experience. And I also got a couple things for my sleep routine because I have a lot of problems sleeping. Calming tea, I ran out of my previous pack of like sleepy tea, you know, sleepy time tea. Chamomile, lemon balm, and peppermint to promote relaxation. And I also got some melatonin gummies. Sometimes it can be hard to find melatonin gummies that are vegan and don't have gelatin in them. And also, I like how these are 0 sugar. My last period cycle was like really bad with cramps. So I was just looking at the PMS products they had on there, and I found these PMS and period support capsules, and I want to try them because they're plant-based wellness for bloating, cramps, and mood. And another thing about Thrive Market that I like is that whenever you're searching for anything, so for example, when I'm searching for like period products on there, I can just click vegan when I'm searching and it'll filter my search results so that I'll only be shown vegan products. Makes the shopping experience take less time because you have less items to sift through, you know. I also got some garbage disposal cleaning pods. I've never used something like this, but my garbage disposal has been like smelling so bad lately, and I do the baking soda trick with it every once in a while, but I feel like that doesn't do enough, you know. This is free of phosphates, chlorine, and dyes, and it's tangerine and lemongrass. I also got a little thing of argan oil. I like to use argan oil like after using moisturizer to like lock it in, you know. I got some of these truffles that I have had before and shown in videos before, but they're just so good, so when I saw them I kind of couldn't resist to getting them. Honestly, suspicious that they're vegan sometimes because like they're just too good. And I also got this toasted vanilla crunch granola, organic granola. My free item today was some pistachio milk. I don't think I've ever tried pistachio milk, so they really got me there. I saw pistachio milk and I was very curious, so excited to try it. If you become a member on Thrive Market, you can get access to the deals they have on there. They also have a deals section on the app, which I've been looking at, and I think I got like half the stuff on here from the deals section, where it's just the stuff that's on sale, which I wish more in-person grocery stores had, like a clearance rack, you know? So if you are interested in signing up for Thrive Market, you can go to thrivemarket.com/EmilyEwing or use the link in the description below, and on your first order, you can get 30% off and a free gift worth up to $60. So yeah, thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video, and we'll get back to the rest of the video. Oh, another thing, while we're on the topic of cereals, I got this. I don't remember why. It might have been on sale at Grocery Outlet or something. I honestly don't buy cereal very often unless it's on sale because I just feel like it's not a very economic food. You can eat so much of it and still not really be full, you know? So, or like satiated. So I just like try not to buy it because it's like, it just doesn't seem like a real meal to me, or instead I'll just buy granola basically. But I have this Cocoa Crispy type healthy cereal. The flavor is delightful, it's delicious, but then immediately when the milk touches it, it just like rinses all the flavor off, like immediately like into the milk. But then again, the other day I had some yogurt, wanted to finish up the container of it, so I was just gonna eat it out of the container, and then I was like, oh, I forgot that I didn't have any granola, and I thought to put this in there. Then I was like, that's still not really like enough for a meal, you know, just like cereal and yogurt. So then I also put a scoop of my chocolate protein powder. Okay, that might be it. No, peanut butter. Then I put a scoop of peanut butter in there, and it was so good. When I was mixing it together, I was like, what am I doing? Like, why do I do these things? You know, I'm always like, why do I do what I do, you know? But it was delicious. It was like I was eating like Rice Krispie, like raw Rice Krispies, you know? Raw? I don't know. I really liked the consistency of like having yogurt and peanut butter and stuff, like soft foods, but then with the crunch of the Rice Krispies. So I was like, you know what I should try is making overnight oats, a soft goopy food, and mixing in Rice Krispie Rice Krispie cereal. You know, I feel like I would like that. All right, so now we're making our overnight oats. We're starting with about 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and then I believe I put about a half cup of oats in there. I'm kind of winging it. This is about 2 servings for me because I tend to eat less in the morning and eat larger like lunch and dinner. I also put like 1.5 scoops of protein powder in there, like 2+ tablespoons of peanut butter. I'm putting a little bit of the whole fat Next milk and then some more of this Aldi oat milk. I'd never made overnight oats before with full fat milk, so I wanted to try that. Also, I'm shaking. I just shook it together. I didn't stir it or anything. I feel like shaking works better than stirring. I feel like when I'm stirring, I always miss some. But the trick, if you get clumps of chia seeds in your overnight oats, you have to shake it up like really, really good until it seems like it's mixed. Then let it set there for like 5 minutes and then shake it again. That's the trick, really. I heard someone do that. Like they said, just stir it once and then let it sit for a little bit and then stir it again. Yeah, it really works. Okay. And then I'm eating it. I don't know. This is the morning time. It was really good. This is the best overnight oats I've probably ever made. I feel like the higher fat milk, also the protein powder helped with the consistency, I think. And then I was just adding like a little bit of cereal as I ate it, you know, so it stayed like crunchy. I liked this recipe of overnight oats on its own, so like I didn't really need the cereal, but I did like it in there. So like if you have like texture issues with overnight oats and maybe you think it's just too like, you know, sloppy for you, like it's too much of like a soggy food for you, maybe try adding like some cereal or granola on it for some crunch. I feel like this like Cocoa Crispy kind of cereal was perfect. Like that crunch was really good in there. I don't know. I just had to talk about it, and I can't make it again because I ran out of yogurt. Except I didn't though. It was just expiring, so I froze it in these ice cube things so that I could use it for smoothies. But I'm not sure if when I defrost it, it's gonna be a good texture again. But in a smoothie, I think it'll be fine. But I don't know. But anyways, also, I wanted to do a little Asian grocery haul because I went to the Asian grocery store, supermarket, aka aka RN Market for you local peeps. And I found quite a bit of things even while trying to not get too many things. I went to the Asian supermarket specifically because I had to get rice cakes and ramen, and you'll know why if you watch my upcoming video. Will it be the next video? I don't know, it'll be sometime. The Shin ramen has been giving me some issues lately, okay? If you guys have been following my ramen journey over the past year, you know, I found out that you could get accidentally vegan Shin ramen from Aldi, but they don't sell it at most other places. At most other places they sell the non-vegan one, which has beef extract in it or whatever. Confusing, I don't know, stupid, I don't know. But then I started finding the actual like labeled vegan Shin ramen that's like green packaging, you know, and I started buying that more because I could find that at Grocery Outlet and Walmart, and that's also really good. But then I tried to get the Shin ramen again at Aldi lately and they didn't have it anymore. But I needed ramen for my video, so I was like, okay, Aldi doesn't have it, I'll go to Grocery Outlet. Grocery Outlet didn't have it. I haven't been finding the Shin ramen, the vegan one, at Walmart either. So I went to the Asian grocery because I also had to get rice cakes, and I found out that this brand, or at least the 2 times spicy one, which is what I saw online, the 2 times spicy one, it's chicken flavor, you know, but it's artificial chicken flavor. I don't know if I can handle the whole seasoning packet, I'm sorry, but I would still try it and add as much seasoning as I could. And then also I got some bean curd. Underappreciated vegan product, you know? Basically like tofu skin, right? Am I right about that? I have been thinking about bean curd lately because I had a green curry from Trader Joe's that used bean curd in it as the protein, and it had so much protein in that curry even though it was like a small amount of food. I was just like amazed. And then I've been thinking about how much protein bean curd has. Bean curd, half of this container has 26 grams of protein, but look at how small this is. So this whole tiny little thing has 52 grams of protein in it. This tiny little thing, 52 grams of protein, and they're just chewy little stuff. Okay, so here I'm assembling my ramen with bean curd skin with sauce and everything. You're also supposed to add a half cup of the like ramen water back to the sauce, and I'm adding the packet with like seaweed and sesame seeds in it, and also some fresh green onion, and it was delicious. I'm glad I tried it, but also too spicy for me, even with half the sauce packet. So if I was ever not sure if I was a baby, it's been confirmed now that I am a baby. But you know, yeah, I'm glad I tried it. Just next time I will add like maybe a quarter of the sauce packet and just add little by little, see how I feel, you know? I also got, I never really thought to look in the like frozen baked goods section at the Asian supermarket, like buns and stuff, because I just don't think that that stuff is going to be vegan. But anyways, there was these frozen sesame buns, and there was like multiple savory and sweet buns that were vegan. It actually says vegetarian on it, which I think is what like caught my eye. So then I looked up the ingredients and stuff. Also got these from the same brand, frozen mushroom bun. And these were really, really good. They just have like mushroom and vegetables in them. Also found this broad noodle hot and sour flavor. I love that it's called broad noodle. That feels right. It's also accidentally vegan. And I've never ever seen like an instant noodle where it's like broad noodles like this, wide noodles. I've never seen that before, so I'm very intrigued. Got some silken tofu that's like fresher silken tofu, you know. Can't wait to try it. Maybe I should do that thing, you know, the thing with the sauce. I did it once in a video. It was really good. You like cut the silken tofu and then you pour a sauce over it and you just eat it with like rice or whatever, and it's really simple and good. Alright, here's the sauce. We got some soy sauce and some sesame oil. The recipe actually called for 1 teaspoon sesame oil, but I love sesame oil way too much to only put 1 teaspoon, so I put a tablespoon. I also put some maple syrup for sweetener, gochugaru, and sesame seeds. It was so delicious and amazing. Look at that little jiggle. I've made this before, a different recipe. This time I just clicked the first recipe that came up, and it was so good. I also put some green onions on it, and now I'm making the sloppiest little rice bowl you will ever see. Not really. It's not that bad. But it's me being very lazy, and I'm doing everything I can to not get off the cutting board. So I'm just cutting. I'm seeing what I can do with my little kitchen shears. And I'm also putting some fried onions on it, you know, like the ones that you use for Thanksgiving. I discovered that you can actually eat those all year round. Who would have thought, you know? I've had them on salads before, but I've never thought of putting them in like a rice bowl. You know, like the poke places, they often offer crunchy fried onions to put on top of your freaking bowl. You can just do that at home. Just use those French fried onions or whatever they're called. Put them on your, most of them are vegan. Anyways. I guess, more Aldi news. The meatless meatballs are back. They were gone, right? They were gone from Trader Joe's for a while. So people were like, what's happening with the meatless meatballs? Well, I found them at Aldi, but I don't think they're at Trader Joe's still. Oh, also, I didn't put them in a video, but I tried them a while ago. This brand is not vegan. I just want to say that because something about their packaging and stuff makes it seem like they would be vegan, but they're not. They only have one version that is vegan, and it's this one. I bought it only because it was on sale at Target, because I just didn't expect it to be that good. It's not supposed to be like a conventional like Kraft mac and cheese type of thing. It's white cheddar, and it's also not even mac and cheese. It's like spiral pasta, but it's so good. It has a really good flavor. It is a powder though that you add. You're supposed to add your own like milk and butter to, I think. And it has 12 grams of protein in half of the thing. In the whole thing it has 24 grams of protein because it's chickpea noodles. After it's kind of been sitting here for a while and soaking up the milk a little, it's kind of good. Like, I kind of like it. I would eat it. I am eating it. But definitely, you could not eat it with like a sweet coffee on the side, or this is gonna taste like shit. So, And that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, or at least it helped you relax for a bit or distract yourself or help you multitask. I don't know. But I hope it served whatever purpose that you wanted it to serve, you know? Thanks again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. Remember, you can go to thrivemarket.com/EmilyEwing or click the link in the description to get 30% off your first order and your free gift. Also, thanks for sticking around till the end of the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.